Hey, everybody, this is Joey. If you're liking this podcast, you will love our live shows. And lucky for you, we've got a couple live shows coming up. We've got a show at UCB on September the 11th. We also have one on October the 9th if you can't make the one in September. And for all of our shows, there are always streaming tickets available as well. Now, on to today's quiz. Today's quiz is golden. It's hot no matter what city you're in. And here's a question for all you happy homemakers out there. I'm going to define a word. You tell me the word. What is the cooking term for briefly immersing an item of food in boiling water? Think about that. Meanwhile, I'm not going to waste any more of your time. This is Likeminds. It is no secret that often the guests on the show are people that I know or have known. And today, we have two people that I know. One I've known less than a year, and one that I have known for more than a year. I say almost 30 years. That's a lot. But first up, I've only known you, Brendan, for a short period of time, but we share a lot of common interests. He is a comedian. He's a writer. He is a trivia host himself and the founder of Lucky Guess Trivia. This is Brendan Sargent. Hey, Brendan.
Hi, Joey. Nice to see you.
Your opponent today, Brendan, is someone that, as I said, I have known for 30 years. You and I share a love of trivia. She and I share a background in college improv. She is a writer and performer at Late Night with Seth Meyers. Yes, that show. Jenny Hagel. Welcome, Jenny.
Hi, Joey.
Hi. Who knew one day we'd be doing a podcast? Because we didn't even know what podcasts were 30
I was going to say, who knew we'd be able to talk to each other through our laptops?
I know. Through our what?
What was the name of your college improv team?
Oh, God. It's the best. It was IT, Improvisational Theater.
Because it started in the 80s before IT meant something else, meant the nerdy computer department at your school.
Right.
So,
yeah.
And then somewhere around the 90s, it started to mean that, but we just stuck with it.
That's right. We stuck. It was confusing because people would come to our shows if they were in the business school and think, this is my minor. I'm an IT minor.
They would show up with their computer and look for support.
Yeah, we're here for information technology. I think that in the foundations of our group, that was a joke that it was IT because it was also it. But we never leaned into that. Like we were resistant to the idea that someone would call it. We were like, we do not have a clever name. We are what we advertised to be. We're improvisational theater, not even comedy. We were theater.
Yes, with an RE.
That's right, with an RE.
Wow.
Yeah. We were very serious. So as you guys know, every one of these shows has a theme. And these themes are pretty random. They come from the audience. I cue them up as they come. And today's theme, get ready, drum roll, but maybe we'll add that in later. The theme today is Betty White.
Okay. Somebody just yelled that out in the crowd as a trivia
theme?
They
certainly did. Yeah.
All right.
It's weird. I think someone mentions something about Betty White in a show, and then people don't go far from what they just last heard. So someone yelled at Betty White, which is a lot of fun. Betty White, it's been fun to go down a Betty White rabbit hole here, and then to take Betty White, extrapolate her out into themes through trivia questions. As we always do, most of the time what I'll do in the game is I will come to one of you specifically. I'll ask you a question. If you get it right, you get some points. You're certainly welcome to be like, I'm not even going to guess because I just know I don't know. Your opponent will often have the opportunity to steal for some points as well. Let us know what you're thinking. It's fun to hear how your brain works. But I flipped a coin. Brendan, you will go first. You will go first in our first category called the First Lady of Television. Betty White called the First Lady of Television by whoever grants those titles. This category is all about first ladies. I'm going to describe a first lady. There may be some clues nested in the information, possibly. You tell me the first lady. Here we go. Question number 1, Brendan. This is for you. This is for 2 points. This first lady struggled to match the legacy of her famed predecessor, Dolly Madison. In contrast to Madison's social and warm reputation, she imposed more rules about who's allowed to come in and party at the White House. She seemed stricter or more doctrinaire.
Okay, so are last names acceptable? Can I ask that first, or do I need their first name?
Last names are acceptable. I've gone a little obscure on some of these, so if you come up with a first name...
I almost don't think I deserve full credit if I can't come up with her first name. I do think I know the first lady. I believe James Madison was the 4th president, and Dolly Madison was his wife. So I think the 5th president was James Monroe. So I'm going to say Monroe, but give me a second to see if I can come up with the first name. I don't think it's Martha.
Will it help you if I just say some old-timey ladies' names?
Yeah, actually, yeah, it would.
That would be great. Let's get some good ones. Jenny, dig deep.
Okay, I'm just going to say some.
Okay.
All right, Agnes, Clementine,
Ooh.
Bertha,
Monroe.
Bertha Clementine.
Eunice.
It's gonna bug me. It's definitely should know this.
Here's what's fun, Brendan. Here's what's going to bug you. Here's what I built into the question to bug you. If you know the name of Betty White's first sitcom hit, and you probably don't, but if you did, you would know this. And I will tell you right out of the gate, you're right. It's Monroe. It's Monroe. I'm giving you points for Monroe.
Okay, great. So if you say I probably don't, which means that it's probably not Golden Girls. She had a sitcom before that. But I'll still say it's not going to be Blanche or Sophia.
Rhoda.
She's a spinoff first lady.
I'm going to say Dorothy Monroe. But it's going to bug me.
I've already established that you get the points.
Okay, great.
So you cannot be punished
Thank you.
naming a different Monroe. It is not Dorothy Monroe. It is, in fact, Elizabeth Monroe. Betty White's first sitcom, pre-Golden Girls, pre-Mary Tyler Moore, was called Life with Elizabeth.
Huh.
And so this category of first ladies is all about Life with Elizabeth, it turns out. All right. So you got 2 points for that. I'm giving you the 2 points.
Thank you.
Jenny, thank you for Agnes and Bertha. Thank you.
Yeah,
for your help.
appreciate
that
the
was
support.
generous. All right. Jenny, this is your first question. She was born and died in Independence, Missouri, and much preferred Independence to Washington, D.C. She would probably say Independence was the bomb.
Okay.
She probably wouldn't say that.
All right.
But for the sake of this question.
My knowledge of early presidents is limited.
Okay.
All of the ones I know about were born in Virginia, which is like the first 15 of them.
Like James Monroe.
Right.
This is Missouri, though. We've gone to Missouri.
Born in Missouri. You did not give me a time frame, right? It could be anybody.
I did not. I will tell you this. I mentioned Independence and I said the word bomb.
Great. I'm going to say Laura Bush.
Laura Bush is not correct.
Great. Can I have a second guess for a half a point?
Yeah.
Since you asked,
I'm okay with it.
Take a second guess.
Okay.
Brendan cosigns.
Betty Ford.
Wow. That is a first lady. And interestingly, that is a first lady whose first name is Elizabeth, but it's not correct. It's not correct. That was a good guess.
Thank you.
For 1 point, Brendan, do you know who this is?
I think I do. Yeah, I think the bomb is in reference to the dropping of the atomic bomb, which was done by her husband, Harry Truman. I think it's Bess Truman.
It is Bess Truman, whose first name is Elizabeth.
Got it.
Starting to feel like I've been set up. I'm starting to feel like it was like presidential expert Brendan Sargent and local dumbass Jenny Hagel.
Hey, you're not a local dumbass. You're in New York
You're
right
in New
now.
York.
I'm in Los Angeles. You are
regional.
National dumbass. Yeah, regional dumbass. Commuting dumbass. No, there's no dumbass here. But you're going to feel like a dumbass, maybe. All right, that was your question, Jenny. Brendan, this is your question. Oh, the nightmare of these first ladies is almost over here. Okay, no first lady is elected exactly, Brendan. But even this first lady's husband was never elected to the presidency or the vice presidency. Who is she?
I'm so sorry, Jenny. This one, the only president who is never elected as president or vice president, he took over for Spiro Agnew, and then he took over for Richard Nixon. That would be Gerald Ford. So this one is Elizabeth Ford.
Betty Ford. That's right. That
right. One I don't like. Can we split the points on that one? Because I don't like that. Feels unfair.
You know what? I will split them. I'm not going to split them fairly. I'm giving Jenny 1/2 a point, and I'm giving you 1.5. Just
That's
so as
great.
I do
You
running
got that
math,
fair and square.
I screw it up.
Okay,
but you
great.
put Betty Ford in the air, Jenny.
Okay.
You really
all right.
did.
And you are a regional dumbass.
Yes,
So.
I am a regional dumbass.
Okay, dumbass, listen up. It's real aggressive. All right, here we go. Think Betty White, too. You can really think about Betty White here. All right. This first lady, this is our final question in the first lady of television. She was an author, a lecturer, and a suffragette even, but not consecutively. That's your clue. Not consecutively. That was your clue. Actually, this first lady was her brother's first lady, only until he was later eventually married and had a wife as first lady. But your clue is not consecutively. And I will say this, Life with Elizabeth is helpful, but there's other Betty White shows that might be helpful that aren't so old.
Lord help me. Okay.
I've
Here's what I
loaded
know.
you up.
There have been a
good.
couple presidents who serve non-consecutive terms, but I don't know who those are, other than Donald Trump. But I have a feeling that's not who we're talking about.
We're not. But Jenny, you probably know some Betty White shows that we haven't named yet. You might.
Okay, I know the Golden Girls. I know Grover Cleveland, Elizabeth Cleveland.
Yes. And even better, Elizabeth is her middle name. What do you think her first name is? If you had to guess, you have one shot in the world of guessing this first lady's first name, knowing that this happens to be about Betty White. Betty White, her first, I'll give you a bonus point if you can, in one shot, name her, give a first name to this person whose middle name is Elizabeth and whose last name is Cleveland.
Rose.
Her name is Rose Elizabeth Cleveland.
Wow.
Yes!
Nice
Suck it,
pull.
Brendan.
I will suck
Brendan. You suck. No, you're the dumbass, Brendan.
All right. I'm proud to be that. I was going to say Blanche because Blanche sounds like white. So I would have missed that one. Nicely done.
Fair enough.
And I'm a local presidential expert.
I could tell. That's been well established. No, thank you. Hot in Cleveland. I didn't expect having heard of Hot in Cleveland to ever help me at any point in my life, but here we are.
Yeah, how exciting was that, Joey, to find the connection Elizabeth Cleveland, Hot in Cleveland? I mean, that's like a gold mine for this.
You have to imagine me by myself in a dark room at 1 a.m, just having the reaction you can imagine to me going, "Oh, that's cool."
Well, I was imagining much more dramatic, like you were like up late at night going through microfiche, like in a journalism montage.
That's darting back and forth to different corners of the library.
My God, Rose.
Yeah.
First Lady Rose Nyland, Hot in Cleveland.
And then it's like one of those boards.
Yeah. I'm season 6 of The Wire. I have done my math quickly, and I think it's accurate. And it looks like at the end of round 1, it is 4.5 points to 3.5 points. Brendan, you're up.
Great.
That's with the Rose bonus.
Buying a car in Carvana was so easy. I was able to finance it through them.
Whoa, wait, you mean finance?
Yeah, finance. Got pre-qualified for a Carvana auto loan, entered my terms, and shot from thousands of great car options all within my budget.
That's cool, but financing through Carvana was so easy.
Financed. Done. And I get to pick up my car from their Carvana vending machine tomorrow.
Financed.
Right, that's what I said.
You can spend time trying to pronounce financing, or you can actually finance and buy your car today on
Carvana.
Financing subject to credit approval. Additional terms and conditions may apply.
Empower. Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads. Race car bobbleheads. Little chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
All right, now we move into round 2, which I'm calling awards season. Betty White has won Emmys, a Grammy, SAG Awards. She's in the Hollywood Walk of Fame, but there are more obscure awards and titles that Betty White has won. She is a Disney legend. She is an inductee into the California Hall of Fame. She is an honorary Kentucky colonel. And she won the Veterinary Medicine Society's Humane Award.
Veterinary Society Humane Award. Yeah, that was what I was going to... Yeah, I remember that.
I could see you getting ready to say that. But you have an honorary mention Veterinary Society almost Humane Award on
it's
your
so
wall.
It's so political, those things.
That's what I've heard.
It's not.
Yeah.
I don't want to get
Boo
into
to the
it. We don't have to
Veterinary
get into
Medicine Society. No, we give them thumbs up. I'm going to ask you some questions. We had a lot of people in the first round. It's all about first ladies. They're all people. These are going to be people too. Ask you about some famous people who share some of these awards, some of these more obscure awards with Betty White. Here we go. Jenny, your question. I'll give you the first question here. In 2009, Betty White became a Disney legend. 7 years earlier, this superstar lyricist also became a Disney legend. Don't cry for him. Argentina.
There's a musical called Jesus Christ Superstar, and there's a musical called Evita with a song called Don't Cry for Me, Argentina in it. I know these are obscure references. Try to keep up.
Back to the microfiche.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going through the microfiche. And digging in the card catalog, I've come up with a reference, and I'm going to take a wild guess. Is it Andrew Lloyd Webber? Tim Rice. Is it Tim Rice who wrote the lyrics for Andrew Lloyd Webber's musicals, including Evita and Jesus Christ Superstar?
I've not answered yet. What's your final answer?
Which
we don't usually do on here.
Tim Rice. Final
Tim Rice.
answer.
Tim Rice is the superstar lyricist here.
I just remembered that you said lyricist. Thank you.
Good. See, we pay attention. We pay attention to that helps. If you hadn't paid attention, you wouldn't have ever used Hot in Cleveland before.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Here we go. This is a wordy one, Brendan. This is all about Betty White is also an inductee into the California Hall of Fame.
Okay.
There's a lot of people in there, it turns out. All right, here we go. I will mention her Emmy Award in this question, but it's not important. Upon receiving her Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series at the Pasadena Civic Auditorium, California Hall of Fame inductee Betty White accepted the award on behalf of all her co-stars. Very generous. Upon kicking the game-winning shootout goal at Pasadena's Rose Bowl, this other California Hall of Fame inductee took off her jersey and fell to her knees only to be mobbed by her teammates.
Just before we were hopping on this call, I was writing trivia questions, and
as you do,
the answer had to be Rose Bowl because of the round I was writing. And so I was looking up the Rose Bowl, and I knew I would have known this anyway, but this would be the 1999 Women's World Cup finals. And it took the world by storm. It was, I think, the most scandalous thing that had ever happened in the United States, given how people reacted to it.
Still probably is. I'm trying to think of anything that beats it.
It still might be. And I believe the woman who took off her jersey and fell to her knees. I'm stalling because I can't remember her name. It's not Mia Hamm, wife of Nomar Garcia-Parra, my favorite athlete of all time, just in case he's listening. Oh, it's Brandy Chastain is her name.
Ginny was ready. You are correct.
Brandy Chastain.
Do you know there's a statue at the Rose Bowl of that pose?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, there's a statue of her in that pose. It's really cool. It's great. All right, you pulled that out. Boy, after a long talking about Nomar Garcia-Parra. I'm not giving you bonus points for knowing who Mia Hamm's married to.
I think it's important when we talk about women's sports to always also mention a male athlete.
That's right.
Look,
who is her husband? Brendan, you dumbass.
Not a great look. I wouldn't do it for just because he's my favorite. I don't do that with every woman.
You say Mia Hamm, I say Mrs.
Garcia-Parra. Absolutely. Wait, was she an athlete too? I had no idea.
I was going to call this, instead of a Betty White quiz, I was going to call this the Mrs. Alan Ludden quiz. But here we are. Here we are in the 2020s. All right. Good, Jenny, it's your question. Betty White was made an honorary Kentucky colonel. If the governor of Kentucky or another colonel nominates you, and if you pronounce Louisville as a one-syllable word, then this comedian from Georgia, you might be a Kentucky colonel.
Okay, I think that's just based on the sentence construction. That is very classic. I think that's going to be Jeff Foxworthy.
It's Jeff Foxworthy. He is a Kentucky colonel, even though he's from Georgia.
And this is real. Also, in Kentucky, there is a statue of him taking off his shirt
on his knees, being mobbed by all the blue collar guys.
Yes.
God, yeah, it's a crazy place. All right, here we go. This one's for you. Then Brendan, wrapping up on these award winners. All right, Betty White, author of Betty White's Pet Love, How Pets Take Care of Us, was given the Humane Award of the American Veterinary Medicine Association. Another Humane Award winner is this author of Animals in Translation, Using the Mysteries of Autism to Decode Animal Behavior.
Yeah, I used to be a high school teacher. My wife has worked in special education for a long time, and stalling again to come up with her name,
giving lots of backstory.
I was born. No, it's I just keep thinking Claire Danes because she played her, but it's not her. Why am I having such a difficult time with recall?
Danes dating.
It's Temple Grandin.
It is Temple Grandin.
Every time I think you aren't going to get it, you get it.
I know. Sorry. I can see Jenny sweating over there. All right. I mean, round was a wash.
Nice job.
8.5 to 7.5. Nice job, guys. We're going to do a fast one here. Usually I do 3 categories, but this one, I've had fun with this real quick. You might remember that Betty White was on the Mary Tyler Moore Show, produced by not MGM, but MTM Productions. MTM. All we're going to do here, I'm going to give you a quick question. get the answer as quick as you can. Your answer follows the initials MTM. Brendan, who's the green-helmeted, green-skirted alien voiced by Mel Blanc?
Martian the Manhunter.
That's not correct. You're close. You just jumbled some.
Jenny,
no.
Oh, no, I just realized what I did.
You can steal for a point, Jenny.
It's Marvin the Martian.
No.
It's Marvin the Martian.
Why did I do that? That's why
know.
it takes so long to answer.
Yep, it's true.
You got to organize your thoughts.
Martian the Manhunter. What am I talking about?
Respect for you getting it wrong, but with the right initials.
That's right. Yeah. I should give you a bonus point for that. I'm not going to.
Oh,
all right,
please
Jenny.
don't.
Jenny, for 2 points. What's the Gary Sinise, Tim Robbins sci-fi film directed by Brian De Palma?
Could you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, Gary Sinise and Tim Robbins are in the movie. It's a sci-fi film, and it's directed by Brian De Palma.
Okay. I don't know anything about Brian De Palma.
Great. That's fair.
And when I think about Gary Sinise, I just feel like I'm thinking about Of Mice and Men. Was he in there?
He was in that.
Great. That's all I can picture. I cannot give you any real answer. So let me think of a fake movie that you said it's sci-fi?
It is.
Okay. Mission to Mars?
God damn it.
Holy
Is
crap.
that real?
Yeah.
I was making that up with the initials.
Ooh, you killed Brendan.
Oh, I thought I was going to go.
His brain splattered out of his ears. He was like, I
I can't
got it.
even conjure a movie poster. That's a real movie.
It was reddish tinged. Yeah, Mission to Mars.
Yeah.
I think it came out around. Was Red Planet a movie around that time too? I get those movies mixed up. I don't know the
These all
differences.
sound like fake movies about Mars. You could tell me there was a movie called Hot Circle about Mars. And I'd be like, okay.
Hot Circle's
see it.
so good.
It's not about Mars though. Say no more.
It's about pizza.
Yeah, it's a pizza movie. It's the Noid. All right, Brendan, I guess it's back to you. All right.
Ugh.
He's the ruler of the planet Mongo and a rival to Flash Gordon. Take all your Flash Gordon knowledge. Whew, this one's harder.
Oh, I'm too young for this.
We all are. But Nomar's
It's
a big
like-
fan.
I don't want to get it close because I don't want to give an assist, but I have to guess.
This will be entertaining.
Okay. This is either going to be like a really stupid guess or a great pull or somewhere in the middle. Is it like Morgo the Morrible or something like that?
That's an awesome name. And it is like that in that it does follow the initials MTM.
Yeah.
But it's not Morgo the Morrible. How would you define Morrible?
I don't know. That isn't somewhere something is called Morrible or something. No,
Maybe. That sounds like maybe like a Jabberwocky.
It's like more than horrible.
Yeah, it's more horrible than anything. It's more horrible.
Yeah.
Jenny, do you know who this is? Flash Gordon's rival?
I don't. But I would like to make up a name of a villain that follows.
That's good.
That
That's
pattern.
good.
Okay. How about Miguel the monkey?
Oh, he's a bad guy. It's Ming.
Bad monkey.
It's Ming the Merciless.
That's right.
Yeah,
Jesus,
I wouldn't have
never
gotten that.
Who cares? Who cares? What dumb. Flash Gordon sucks. All right. If you guys don't get it, I'm mad. So wait, that was your question, Brendan. So we go over to Jenny. One more question in this quick round. It's a 1931 jazz hit which features the lyrics "Hi D Hi Hi D Ho," which I ruined with my deliberately bad. rhythm.
No, I feel like you delivered that with a lot of soul.
Yeah, Hi D Hi D Hi D Ho. It's
Did I hear the beginning of the question again? Your lyrics are just ringing out in my ear, and they obscured the beginning of the question.
Right. Okay. It was poetry. It's a 1931 jazz hit.
So it's jazz hit. Okay.
Jazz
like a
hit song. It's a hit song.
Okay. Marry the Man?
That sounds like a jazz hit. It's not right.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, it
Okay.
sounds nice. Brendan, do you know this song?
No.
Checked out.
I'm still so mad I said Martian the Manhunter. I know Mingus is the name of a jazz musician, but I can't imagine that they would name it like Mingus the Mingus.
I ruined the performance of the song on purpose.
No, it's adi adi adi.
Oh,
Right?
that's right.
I know that from Fresh Prince.
Oh,
It's when they're stuck in the snow and he says Hattie Fleiss.
wow. Topical stuff.
Again, just stalling so I can come up with the wrong answer. Let's say mind the manners. I don't know.
It's Cab Calloway's Minnie the Moocher.
Oh, God
Oh,
damn
I've
it.
never heard that phrase in my life.
Yeah.
I'm saying that because I feel relieved that it wasn't like, oh, I should have gotten
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
There's no reason.
But
Okay.
you pulled Mission to Mars from nowhere.
From, some might say, outer space.
Outer space.
Very good.
And with that, Jenny, you did take the lead in this quick round. It is now 10.5 to 8.5.
oh,
Nobody saw that coming, least of all me.
getting waxed.
Optimism isn't sunshine and rainbows. It's fixing things, changing the way we fix things. It's running the world on smarter energy. Because if optimism never stops, then change can't either. GE Vernova, the energy of change.
This episode is brought to you by Cadillac. Cadillac certified service technicians are factory trained to fit your vehicle with the tires specifically developed for it. And with our tire price match guarantee, you get the best fit for the best deal. Let us do the work. Available on select eligible tire brands at participating dealers only. Offer ends 12/31/2025. Terms apply. See dealer for complete details. Visit Cadillac.com/service to learn more.
I am grateful for both of you. New friends, old friends. This is called gratitude for friendship, or thank you for being a friend. You know, any one of us, if we hear down, 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 we know it's coming next. So it's gonna come next frequently now. An example question of this may be something like this. Down, down, thank you for being a friend. 3 young women and 3 young men. The one that came out last was titled The Last One. Beginning in the 90s, then into the 2000s too. Your job's a joke. Also, you are broke. I'll be there for you to say thank you for being my friends. And then you would name who the friends are with that theme song. So you had The Last One was the show that came out last. 3 young women, 3 young men. Beginning in the 90s, then into the 2000s. Your job's a joke. You're broke. I'll be there for you to say. So who would the friends be? This is an only example question. This is
Got it.
Right. And then you would say the names of the people in that sitcom?
correct. Or whatever,
Right, okay.
wherever these friends are from. Might not be a sitcom.
Okay, so it's not necessarily a TV show.
Might not be. But this
Okay,
one
right.
would be, who would this be?
It would be Monica and Chandler
right.
and all those guys.
Correct.
Yeah.
The friends. Okay. So anyway.
Now, if that was the question, would you have to say like the monkey and the duck and all those, or just the main?
I have a certain number of friends I would want you to name, and I would let you
Okay.
know. And I'm going to give you a point per friend here
Mm.
on this. And most of the time, it's a couple of folks, but it might be more. All right. Here we go. So I am going to begin with you. Wait, who started that last one? That last one began with Martian the Manhunter. Ooh,
Come on.
cool. Ginny, here's your first question. Thank you for being a friend. Travel down through time again. You're excellent. You're a pal and a stallion. And if you knew a Frenchman and you sent him down to Waterloo, we'd party on with Freud and Genghis Khan, and the grade attached would say A+ for both of these friends. Who are these friends?
Bill and Ted.
That is right. It is Bill and Ted. That's 2 points.
That was excellent. Joey, did you write all these lyrics?
No, these are all folk songs.
Oh, they are? Oh, okay. I was going to say, if you did.
Cab Calloway wrote this in 1932, right after Manny the Moocher. I did write that.
I was about to say, you're a regular Tim Rice.
God, yeah. The collaboration we all need. Cab Calloway and Tim Rice in their musical, Martian the Manhunter. Okay, Brendan, here's yours. All right, here we go. Dome, dome, dome. Thank you for being a friend. Written down by Shakespeare's pen. Our hearts weren't true, and Tom wrote that we both are gone. 'Cause when our king commanded the English king to kill our prince, then on the boat the prince went and changed the note, so the card we brought would say, "Hey, England, murder my friends." Name these 2 friends, Brendan.
I believe the Tom in question is Tom Stoppard, playwright Tom Stoppard, who wrote Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. So I'm going to say Rosencrantz and Guildenstern.
Yes, killed in Hamlet
God
by the switching
bless.
of the note on the boat. Nice. All right. Jenny,
Incredible, Brenda.
Jenny,
Thank
get
you.
ready. Here we go.
Okay.
Don't. Thank you for being a friend. More than that, amphibian. No real names, one uptight and one nonchalant. So many books he authored, so many pictures that he drew. Done so well by Arnold Lobel that he should have written one more called Thank You for Being a Friend. Who are these friends, Jenny?
These friends are Frog and Toad.
Toad and Frog, Frog and Toad.
My favorite book series of all time.
Is it
They
really?
are- yes.
I think
love
there are
them.
only 4 books actually of 4. It's not a huge catalog.
Yeah. Do you
apparently.
want to know a fun and sad fact about Alfred Lobel that you probably know?
I think I know. I think
You
I
do.
know in my
You do
research.
know.
Tell us, Jenny.
Yeah.
Tell
I
us
would
the
like to
sad
know.
life
Yeah.
of Arnold Lobel.
He was closeted and
Yeah.
he came out really late in life, like after he had adult children. So I really love those books. First of all, I just think they're beautiful.
They are.
And the friendship is beautiful, but I feel like maybe he wrote them about somebody that he loved.
Yeah.
And I think they have like an extra beautiful layer of sweet sadness to them because of that. One of the stories is about Frog and Toad trying to be brave, and they run around doing all these things, but they're really very scared. And at one point, one of them runs under the covers and says, I am under the covers, but I feel brave. And one of them says, I'm in the closet, but I feel brave.
Jeez.
And I think it's the most beautiful and hard. Like, the books are poetry. They are really beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
man, those books will get you.
When my son was in kindergarten, they would have a parent once a week come in and read a book. And that's what we read, one of the Frog and Toad, maybe two of the stories out of one of the books. And it was hilarious because my son just stood up, and he's like 5 at the time, and was like, he was like emceeing the Q&A. Like, kids would be like, hey, this, and my son was like, wait, you, and pointing to me. It was like very civilized. Yeah. There is like a kind of melancholy to them, but they're just so sweet and gentle, just good buddies, just sweet friends.
They're perfect. They're what you want a friendship to be. Like, they're really lovely.
Yeah. God, that got beautiful.
I'm sorry, that wasn't funny. But if you do want some comedy, check out the one where he wears a bathing suit. That's very funny.
Frog and Toad try on swimsuits.
Yeah.
That was Frog and Toad. There's one question left. You can't design this kind of stuff. Math is math. Right now, Jenny, you are at 14.5 points, 1 point per friend named. Brendan, you are at 10.5 points. It's still your turn. So we'll see what happens. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you for being a friend. Personalities, Jungian, swapping tales in a bar or a restaurant. And if you threw a party, I'd probably wear my Jimmy Choos. Talking sex in multiple projects, and just like that, through thick and thin. Thank you for being a friend. Who are our friends?
I am going to say, for the tie, I think, Carrie, Miranda, Samantha, and Charlotte.
That's 4 Sex and the City friends, which brings your score to 14.5.
Amazing.
Wow.
Amazing.
The Jimmy Choo is big helpful. What's the Jungian thing? What's that?
I went down a deep rabbit hole, and there's all these articles and stuff where people are like, well, they all represent different shades of Jungian shadow cells.
Oh, right.
I was looking for something to rhyme with friend, and I'd used a lot of them. And so Jungian's always on the tip of my tongue. It was there to throw you. It was there to throw you, and it almost did. But Jimmy Choo's was helpful. Guys, at the end of that, weirdly, the math worked out. 14.5 to 14.5. Couple of local dumbasses. Well done. It's a tie. I'm going to give it a tie. And we're all going out like frogs and toads, feeling great. Jenny, you got a show coming up in Chicago, I believe.
I do.
Tell us about it.
So I do a show called Jenny Hagel Gives Advice. And basically the way it works is when folks come in, the audience comes in, everybody gets 2 blank note cards and a pen. And then up on stage are some buckets that say like job advice, financial advice, love advice. And while they're waiting for the show to start, they can write down questions that they genuinely want advice on. And then me and another guest comedian just, spend about a half hour, 45 minutes answering their questions, giving advice as best we can. And then at the end of the show, a real live human therapist comes up on stage and tells us if we did a good job or not.
Oh, the perfect correction at the end. Forget everything you heard.
Yeah, / legal liability.
That's right.
Oh, I also hand out, business cards of various divorce attorneys.
Perfect.
But I'm doing a show in Los Angeles on September 6th at the Lyric Hyperion, and my guest will be Joel Kim Booster, which I'm very excited about. And I'm doing a show in Chicago on September 11th at Lincoln Lodge with guest Chris Kattan.
If you liked Jenny Hagel's wisdom described through the literary source of Frog and Toad, then you will love advice and the comedy of Jenny Hagel live in front of an audience. So check those out. I've known her for 30 years. I would take advice from her after it was double checked by a professional.
Yeah.
Brendan, do you have anything coming up? Lucky Guest Trivia is always busy.
Yeah, we've got games all over LA. We actually used to have a game on the Lyric Hyperion patio. That might be back in September. But yeah, check out luckyguesttrivia.com. We're all over Los Angeles. I also do a improvised web series called Dear John, where my friend Joel Marsh and I review people's bathrooms. We usually have a guest. They're short episodes. We had an episode with Hannah Einbinder, one with Reggie Watts. They're really fun. They're very silly. Obviously, it's a bathroom review show, so it's not too serious, but that's on YouTube. And yeah, come play some trivia.
Yeah, always come play some trivia. Thank you guys for playing Likeminds, and thank you, Betty White.
Thank you, Betty White.
And that's the show. How sweet to end in a tie. Thank you to Ginny Hagel and to Brendan Sargent. Please keep listening to Like Minds. And don't forget, we've got these live shows coming up September 11th, October 9th. All the information for getting tickets is in the show notes. Now, I asked you at the top if you were a happy homemaker, what that term is for quickly boiling food. Well, happy homemaker, of course, was Sue Ann Niven's show on the Mary Tyler Moore Show. Sue Ann Nivens, of course, played by today's theme, Betty White. And the term is to blanch, which is not the role Betty White played on The Golden Girls, but the role she was initially up for. Too much Betty White? Never. Never enough. Again, we got live shows coming up. Keep recommending the show, the podcast to all your friends. Rate, review, and if you have a suggestion for a theme for a future show, send it to likemindstrivia@gmail.com. We'll see you next time.